Hi everyone, how are we doing? I believe we are staying safe and we are well. It's so nice to, come on air or come live to spend time chatting and speaking with you. I hope you've had a productive and a nice week. Well, my week has been fine. School work wise, we are doing great. It's just that I thought I'd escape science projects. Only on Friday, my friend gave me a call um, and it's like, oh, because my daughter and our daughter is in the same class, and she's like, oh, did you see the email my daughter's our daughter's teacher sent about the science project? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought with the with the lockdown and all and doing school online, that we had escaped that. Rather, unfortunately, we did not. So I had to but the good thing is that the teacher gave us the option of like doing it a report or doing presentation, right? And I was just so sure that, oh, we're just going to do it through the report, just write it down, type it and send it. And I discussed with my daughter and she's like, no, she still wants to do a presentation. And I'm like, come on, because if she's doing presentation, we still have to do the backdrop thing, present to the teacher, do a video and send. So I thought she would join me in like getting the easy way out. She's like, no, she still wants to do presentation. Oh my gosh, so we had to run around getting the stuff again because she's presenting on the effect of pollution, garbage bags and all, the effect on the sea life. And these children with their rights, right? So, but then a friend now told me, of course, what would you expect? She'll want to do a presentation when she's seeing you doing presentations and going live every time, right? So, of course, she'll want to do a presentation. And I kind of found that funny. So, well, that's just how it's been. My week has been good, right? It's just that I thought I'd escape science projects, but we still had to do it. So, how are we doing? I believe we are well, and it's been a glorious and a blessed week for you. Well, it's really been a nice week for me, and like I said, I'm so excited to come here. I always look forward to this time that I come here and share my time with you, and I hope you like that as well. So yeah, of course I have my juice plus, and I'll start with my complete shake. Today I made it in a very nice way. I put in some ginger, and it has this thing of spiciness and pepperish, and mm, the complete is your meal. You can spice it up, fix it whatever way you want, the best way you're going to enjoy it. And that's just what I strive to do every time. I just come up with different things, just like I'll come up with recipe for food and just fix my complete. Okay, so before we start today, I just had this interesting read or lesson on Blinkist. I subscribe to Blinkist. You should. They always have very nice, books. And it's this food fix. It's a book by an American physician by name Mark Heyman. What the synopsis is basically about is just that most of the gravest and deadliest world problem lies with food. Yeah, it lies with food. That it will seem like people won't believe that. I mean, how can the world problem lie with food? So he studied what the American physician Mike Heyman, the study showed that yes, most of the problems we have in the world, it lies with food, from the chronic diseases we face, and from inequality and the total collapse of the climate system and all. So the way he just broke it down was that, okay, with the chronic disease, for instance, now people are just going into the main cause of death, right? Is being discovered over the past few years is just because we have changes in our eating habits. People are not just eating well, they are eating so much processed food, sugary foods, and because of that, it has led to the spike in diseases and sicknesses like diabetes, cancer, people being overweight and having all sort of problems. So this is because we are eating sugary foods, we are eating things that are so over processed, we are not eating healthy. And because of that, it's now transferring back into the world as having unhealthy people being faced with so much diseases. And really, he said in the last 40 years that our eating pattern has drastically changed, more especially for processed food, and these diseases that is linked with processed food and sugary foods and all, like the diabetes and cancer and all, it's even more causing more deaths than infectious disease or something. So it's funny, right? The things we eat, it might just be. And when we talk of these numbers, 50%, 50 million, it sounds so like, oh, ambiguous. It's really not it. It's just one. It takes me, it takes you, it takes the next person, and we are forming these figures. He also talked about inequality. Gone are the days when malnutrition and malnourishment used to be seen as something that is found in the pockets of certain regions of the world, peculiar to some certain people. But right now, that's not really the case. Even in the urban centers, even in the western most developed places, children are facing malnutrition and some adults. And why is that? Because they are eating over processed food. They are raised in ultra processed, being fed ultra processed food. Children are raised eating sugary stuffs, and of course these things have no nutrients, right? It's just more like you're filling your body with toxins and poisons, you know. So and when children are malnourished, when it gets to school, it kind of like slows them down. They sort of lack interest in so many things, and before you know what their zeal, their passion, their drive for their school, their studies drops, and at the end of the day, they might just end up being dropouts, right? What led to that? Food inequality, and it's right, really, because so malnourishment, it's a problem. It affects the children. It's not just something that is linked to some certain part of the world. We see it in the urban centers. It's everywhere now because of what we are eating. We are eating processed food. We are eating sugary things. We are just packing, things that are not healthy, and it just kills the drive, and it transcends to affecting intellectual well-being of the children, and then affecting their passion about studying, and of course they could drop out. Even the climatic, another thing Dr. Heyman looked at as connecting food to the problems of the world. He talked about the climate collapse in the sense that most of the activities of urbanization, even some of the so-called people that are practicing modernized farming, that is leading to the habitats that support CO2 absorption being destroyed. The soil is being destroyed. So from the synopsis, it just showed that some basic factors affects, is linked to why food is a problem that is affecting mankind. And it's really true, most times we just feel, I give it, we are all trying our best. Nobody would hate themselves or their children and not want to do the best for them. We are all trying our best, but it's not enough. That's why it just pains me so much when I hear people say, oh, we are eating enough fruit, oh, I juice it. We are not taking enough. We are not taking enough, really. We are not. And in as much as, you cannot take away the fact that once in a while, people will get to like, maybe eat fast food, eat sugary food, or eat things that are not healthy. But if you're feeding yourself with the right thing to boost up your immunity, which Juice Plus has offered to you, it's giving you the recommended dosage. It's whole food. These are not multivitamins. These are whole food supplements, giving you the recommended dose and intake of the fruit and vegetables you need. Look at what I lined here. Today I just decided to bring up some of my favorite fruits. What we do most times, the lemon, don't even go there. My daughter doesn't do that. She likes grape. At times she does apple, is and orange, and But I'm just trying to say, of all the varieties of fruits we have on earth, for me, and which I know it's peculiar to most of us watching and most of us everywhere, we just do a few. And then for vegetables, we just do a sprinkling, and oh, we are taking fruit and vegetable. No, we are not taking enough. We are not taking enough. And like Dr. Mike Heyman did in his studies, you should find that book. I got my copy. You can download to read, or you can get the audio form if you're on Blinkist. If you're not on Blinkist, I think Audible would have it, So what we are doing is impacting the world. And when we see world numbers, things blowing out of proportion, it just took one person, the next person, and before you know what. And so if we could now set the right trend of eating right, that's how it's just going to go in trend. I'm doing it in my family. Oh, my sister says it, she likes it. What are you doing? She's doing it. My children are growing up with that mindset. She goes to, a parent in school. Oh, he did this. What are you doing? We share it. And that's how we just keep transforming the world. So that's why I just come here. I love sharing this Juice Plus because I know what it has done. Look at, this is what I try to take as fruit: orange, grapes, apple, mangoes. I do at times, but I like that crunchy feeling of mango. So most times if you don't get it that day, it doesn't really taste right. So because of that, I'm a bit skeptical about mangoes. I'm always weighing it, What else? Kiwi fruits I try, but and then strawberry fine, but it's so limited what we take. But Juice Plus has given you that opportunity, packing over 30 blends of fruits and vegetables, encapsulating it in powder form, in granola bars, in the shake form, just for you to boost up your immunity, just for you to stay safe, right? Because we are just deficient on whole food. Changing times, busy parents, rushing to work has just changed our traditional culture of like always having cooked meals. I know some people still do, but even for those that do have cooked meals every time, what percentage of the recommended dosage of fruits and vegetables are you taking? Right? We are doing it, but we are not just doing it right. And then Juice Plus is here to help you. And it's not, to think that something this wonderful and amazing will be such an outrageous price. It's not. It's quite affordable, and it's family centric. So because you can imagine, if you're getting the fruit and the vegetable capsules, getting this, it comes four in a pack, right? A pack of it is four, and it's giving you the same in chewable forms for your children, the fruit and vegetable blend for your children. So that just shows you how Juice Plus is passionate about helping the world, the world, and getting everybody to like focus on eating right, which is eating right and taking the right things into your body. And then the right things into your body actually helps you. For most of us that are in North America, most times when it's almost winter time, we are rushing to get B12. We are stocking up on vitamin D. You are taking calcium here, vitamin C here, just trying to get all those vitamins. But you don't need to do that no more. Because most of these things you're even getting from the store, the shelf. I remember one time I said it on this talk that Oprah Winfrey like research multivitamins that are found on the store shelves, and I mean names. I'm not here to call. If you want, you can go look up Oprah's research of multivitamins, and the multivitamins found on the shelves of stores. Oh God, they were just impact mercury, so many things that were not healthy. And well, because Juice Plus is not a multivitamin, but because she just wanted to include it, and Juice Plus came back top notch, you know. So what am I saying is that this have natural components, not processed in any way, given to you to boost you up, and you don't need to go grab here, grab this vitamin here, grab this, grab here, because they are not really vitamin deficient. They are whole food deficient. So Juice Plus has everything packed together for you to build your immunity, antioxidant, even with omega blend. You have the right blends of omega just to do you right, to do your health right. So people, I want to really encourage us. I mean, when I read the book by Mark Kamen or listened to it on Blinkist, with Blinkist you have the option of doing audio or reading through. I mean, I was so amazed. Who would ever want to think, well, the gravest problem the world is facing is tied to food? And it's true. I mean, because with the analysis I've done earlier about the chronic diseases impacting us is coming from not eating well, about malnutrition, which is no more a thing of found in pockets of certain regions of the world. Is here living with us live in urban centers and developed worlds because of the sugary things, because of the processed things and the kind of food we eat and give our children, which transcends to impact them academically. So guys, I mean, this research by Mark Heyman, I mean, it's an eye-opener. So I would like you to read his book. It's called The Food Fix. Read the book or listen to it, and it will give you an insight of what the role food plays. And food plays a lot. And then because we are doing our best, and our best is not really enough, Juice Plus is here to the rescue. I mean, taking your multivitamins. And I just got to discover the other day about using it. I was out in the sun and I didn't use sunscreen, and how it is being exposed in the sun and everything. And I just I needed a scrub. And I'm like, okay, so I realized that people were using Juice Plus as facial scrub. Why? Because most of the things, if you are really looking at organic scrub is made with plants and things that are not altered in any way. It's not modified, right? And I realized, I wanted to go with the vegetable blend, and I realized that we had broccoli, we had the tomatoes, I mean, we had kale, avocado, so many nice fruits that were there that I don't need to go to the store, pick them. And so what I did was just I opened one capsule of my omega blend, and I could do that because our omega is not fishy. It doesn't smell of fish. So I mean, I was very comfortable having it as a base for my mask, and I mixed it together and used it on my face. And oh my gosh, I mean, when I washed it off, my face was it was just awake. You know, it was blooming. And that night, I even went to bed. I didn't use my night moisturizer because, I mean, I just love the glow and the pop it was giving me. And then you can as well achieve this with a berry. You know, berry have antioxidants and it does great things to the skin, right? So you could use a berry and your omega blend, just one capsule of each, combine it together, give yourself a nice scrub, and then wash it off, and your skin is popping. So guys, please come on board the Juice Plus plan. Don't let cost be a factor. Like I said the last time, there's always something you can, like, you know, weigh which is more important, which your health, of course, should always come first. And then you now factor in on how to get this product. Tailor something to yourself. You could start with the complete, which is a boost for your health, an energizer, a meal in a drink. You could also look at the capsules. You could take a omega, which is good for eyesight, and the omega oils have been seen to be good for a lot of things, cardiovascular and the rest. You could even start with a granola bar. Stop feeding yourself processed, sugary, you know. These are granola bars that are made pure and natural. Okay, so there are so many variety of things to choose from. If you're in the Europe, or if you're in the United Arab Emirates, we have the Uplift, which is it's an energy drink, but made in the pure way, you know, for people like work overnight, for people like love to party, hang out. So instead of just feeding yourself with the toxin and the ones that is not doing you good, why not go for the one that is pure and natural, right? And we have the boost too, that, you know, like kind of helps you and then reduces your craving for food if you're trying to like manage your weight or something. So Juice Plus has got you covered. It has got you covered. Okay, guys, please get in touch with me. Hit my link. I always have up my link. Get in touch with me. Hit up my link. I'm always open for any questions. I really appreciate people that call me, that send me private messages just to inspire me and also to ask questions. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Now, another thing I would quickly like to talk about is, oh my gosh, you know, this lockdown thing. It just brings different perspective to certain things, right? So some days ago, I was in the kitchen. My daughter was in the living room, and I just had honking, and I'm like, are you kidding? What's going on? Like loud, continuous honking. And I told my daughter, wow, are you sure they've not, the lockdown has not ended or it's been cancelled and we are still here indoors without knowing? Of course, that was the only thing that could come to mind. I knew that was the case. I listened to the news that morning. But I mean, in a place where you can stay for weeks on end or even months without hearing a car honk. So that was like kind of so, I was still in my night dress, so I grabbed my coats and, you know, my daughter, we ran outside, and God, we were met with such an amazing and wonderful sight. So we had this convoy of cars decorated with balloons. We had like two of them had mascots, you know, out on the sunroof. And they just wrote things like, we love you, we miss you, stay safe. Oh God, it was just so inspiring. It was just a neighborhood thing, right? Because of the lockdown, people staying at home. Some kids were on bicycle, you know, they were just parading. And the streets were lined up. People were coming out. I'll post the video, that the one I managed to take after my live video. And they were just waving, I love you, stay safe. And gosh, it was so awesome, right? And I was just telling my daughter, you see, this time has made us so vulnerable, and, you know, it's bringing out the good side of us. For most of us, we know what it's like in the society we live in. You don't get to hear car honks. I mean, it's a problem. I mean, it's a nuisance, right? It's what people will swear or curse at you for. Why are you honking, right? And then the honking thing that is like a disgusting nuisance to us suddenly became such a welcoming thing, because that was the way they were like getting people to come out of the house to meet this very beautiful sight. And trust me, it was awesome. It was really awesome. So what I took from that day, and well, you know, we always know some things, but some little other things just makes you realize it more, you know, was like, you know, at this point, I mean, it has like kind of softened us. It's making us weigh our priorities, right? I mean, why hang on to pain and anger and hatred? And, you know, you should just be nice and be forgiving, be open, encourage others. Because what those guys did, they came together, it was about, if I'm not mistaken, like 15 to 20 cars. So I just believe it's just some people in the neighborhood that planned that, you know. It must have taken them time, you know, doing that, coordinating maybe through emails, through the phone and everything. And he did that. And it brought light. It was amazing. It was amazing. You could just see the kids, everybody, I love you. They were waving, and that was so an amazing thing, you know. So the honking that is a nuisance that we don't get to hear, you could stay for months on end, you don't hear a car honk. And then that happened and it brought everybody out, and there was so much love on the street. So, I mean, let's just look inward, forgive whom we need to, show love, be compassionate, right? Encourage other people, right? Just be lovable, just show love, really, because I mean that brightened our day, that really brightened our day. When we came back, my daughter and I, we just couldn't stop talking about it. It was so nice, and people just made that effort to make other people happy. Okay, so you can make an effort to make somebody happy too. You could grab Juice Plus for your spouse, for your children, for your friends, for your colleague, loved ones, grandma, grandpa. Share some love, share some happiness, make them happy, give them that love, really. Because I mean, if you're using Juice Plus, for instance, you're giving them love, you're giving them a boost to their health. You're giving them a boost that will impact their life for a long time. Even for you, you could treat yourself. You could treat yourself and come on board, get the Juice Plus to treat yourself, right? Give yourself that love, pamper yourself with love, boost your health, okay? And then you can always come on board as a business, right? I mean, a second source of income, it's a very good thing. And this business is, you don't need to like go get a warehouse. You don't need to stock this or do that. You just need to pay your $50, and your website is designed for you. And people just go to your site and shop. The company is responsible for like packaging, distributing, getting it delivered. I mean, you really don't have anything to do with that. The end of it, the logistics. All you do is just take your product, be healthy, share your testimonies. What could be more awesome than that? So it's just you spending your productive time on social media, right? It's just you spending your time on social media, being more productive, meeting new friends, you know, sharing the product and the testimonies, getting people to change their mindsets. Because I always thank God for Sade. I was among the group of people that felt like, oh, of course I take fruit and vegetable. You know, we had always grown up knowing, oh, take fruit and vegetable, but nobody really broke it down for us that you need to reach a certain level of fruit and vegetables per time, per day, right? So I was among those people feeling so proud. Of course, we are taking enough fruit. Of course, we are taking enough vegetables, right? Even though I knew, for me though, veggie is not really a good topic when it comes to my daughter, most especially. But I just thank God I listened to Sade, and then, you know, doing my own research, I realized how, you know, I wasn't anything close. My effort was really nothing, you know. I wasn't doing the right thing for me and for my daughter and for my family. We were not just taking the right proportion of fruit and vegetables needed to give us what it ought to do in our bodies. So I'm just glad that I just did not just listen. I keyed into it and took that step. And doing my own research and findings is showing me how deficient we are with fruit and vegetables intake. And it's not just like a marketing scheme or strategy. I always say Juice Plus is the most researched brand in the whole wide world. You can go online, do your own research. I did my own research before, because I came on board as a consumer. But before, when I saw the goodness of it, and before I could come here to start talking to you, not just based on what I'm saying, I did my research. So come on board, get this for yourself. Don't look at the cost. Juice Plus has made it so easy for you. The payment plan is flexible. And what could be more interesting, that you're getting product for yourself and getting the premium pack for yourself and getting free for your children. That's an awful opportunity, right? Let's set these children on the right track. Let's set them on the right track, right? Let's teach them right. Even if you joined me earlier, I was talking about Mark Heyman's book, The Food Fix. You know, we should even teach our children how to grow their own food through the Juice Plus Star Garden. Because I mean, urbanization and sudden changes is just making, you know, growing with time, growing food might just be hard. So let's teach these children, let's teach our children to be resourceful. The Tower Garden is just a few meters away, depending on where you want to place it, from your house and from your table to your plate, from your garden rather to your plate. So let's imbibe this attitude of showing our children how to do the right thing. Get the Tower Garden. Tower Garden is the future of farming. It's allowing you to grow your own fruit and vegetables in your own house, pluck it fresh, and it grows very fast. You're using it, you're sure of what you're doing, without debt, without soil, irrespective of 45 minus 45 degrees or plus whatever degrees, right? it's a very innovative way, and so many people are keying it into it already. This is the future of farming. So plant your children in this future, plant yourself in this future, and grow your fruit and vegetable, and trust me, you'll be very thankful. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so about my book, I know I shared with you guys about my book I was reading, The Memory Keeper's Daughter. So I was able to find it on Audible, and I just finished listening to it, and it's a very interesting and nice read, but it just showed the pains of what secrets can do over decades of keeping secrets. This is a man that met his wife, they fell in love, and they were doing so well, but something just happened and he kept a secret, and this secret really tore at the fabric and the foundation of whatever their love stood for. Without his being aware of it, it just pushed them away. His actions, maybe his guilt, based on the secret. And trust me, I would like you to listen to it. I don't just want to give up so much in case you want to read or listen to it. It's not the kind of secret you think it is, really, but I mean, it's something very, very that just tore that family apart, right? And even affected the child they had, because I was listening, so I knew his thoughts, and I knew he really loved his child, but he was not just conveying it enough the right way. So of course the child felt he wasn't loved by his father or appreciated by his father because of the path he chose career-wise. And fine, we know these things already, right? But at times when you get to read them or listen to certain things, it just set off alarm bells that we should just learn to love and encourage the people around us. Even when your spouse, your children, your partners, your friends, your colleagues, your siblings, your parents, even if you see them going on the path of a project that it's not leading them right, they're supple. When you show them love, it's a way of correcting that nagging and condemning, because the father was actually right. He felt the career path the son took was not lucrative. Rather, it's not something that would provide for his future. But the way he went about it, the child felt unloved. And this happens amongst us, Your friend or your spouse or your child is starting something, you are not encouraging. I mean, your encouragement could just be, oh, how is it going? Your encouragement could be reading up something about that project. Oh, based on this thing, this is what I discovered. Your encouragement could just be like, oh, I see this new thing you're passionate about. But some people are just like, and the way you treat people it stays with them. Even when you don't mean bad, but their action, it just makes them feel, oh, this person is not valuing me. So let's learn to value our children as spouses, encourage them. I remember there's a lady that a friend, is a caterer in another province, and so she just wanted to go into the market with making an already made puff puff. For most of us are Africans, of course, we know what puff puff is. I think the Chinese call it pudding. So she wanted to go into the market with already made puff puff mix. So you just put in water and because she had really been carrying her friend along in the stages of it, so the friend just felt a way of supporting her. I was like, okay, I'm going to get some to sell it to some people in my program. She actually wasn't going to sell it. She just wanted to support her friend's business, getting them and gifting them to people so that, it brings the awareness. And I mean, that really touched me, right? Because the friend does not even know. Because he would have been like, oh, don't do that. Oh, you alone, where are you going to? You won't be able to. I don't want to bother you. But she just did that. Took this product, gave it out to friends around where she was just to promote her friend's business, And in her own way, that is just what she could do, because she didn't even need it. She's not a puff person, has always had problem with how to mix it. But that was the way of promoting a friend's business. So for your family, your child, what is that thing? Even if you choose a path that you feel, oh, just in a nice way, put it across, Your spouse, what are they doing? Are they starting a new job? They are handling a project or something. Don't just dampen it, encourage them. Encourage them, because it goes a long way. I mean, it may not be working right, but that encouragement of you saying the right word, for me, especially with this business, I know what the encouragement of the people that are encouraging me, and it just means a lot to me. And I'm like, yes, they are appreciating what I'm doing because I'm actually doing right, and they're appreciating it, and they're encouraging me. Encouragement is a boost everybody needs. Give it to your wives, give it to your spouses, your husbands, your children, your family members, say it, do it in a nice way, even if when you feel what they are doing is going to fail, right? But don't just be so negative, right? Encourage them. Help them with the research. Throw in tips that could help them. Trust me, it goes a long way, because I felt so pained by that book. David, Dr. David, he was such a good man. His secret ruined his family. He's not conveying love in the right way. Even when the child, of course, would have known. I mean, there's how you know somebody loves you. But because that person is not doing what, you know, in a way it's supposed to go, you know deep down inside, but you just want to hold on to the fact that this person doesn't love me. So the child, I know Paul would have known the father loved him so much, but because of certain things not said and not done, he just assumed he did not. So let's just be mindful with the way we keep secrets. Let's be mindful the way we handle our relationship with others. Let's show encouragement. Let's lift each other up. Let's just be your word, depending on where the person places you. Your blessing, your word, your approval, your inclination to liking what that person does could just be the boost that will cause them to succeed, okay? Yeah, so that really touched me. You know, like I said, most of these things, it's not like we don't know, but it just takes you reading a book or seeing something and just realizing, this is a wake-up call, right? So let's just be there for one another and don't allow anybody to intimidate you. Don't develop complex over anything. I was reading somewhere, I can't remember. I mean, if somebody is intimidating you with something and it's something you like to do, oh, you feel the person is, go read up, brush up yourself. I had somebody that was complaining about, this one will always come, leave him. This one will come, leave. This one. You need to work on yourself. If that is happening, you need to work on yourself at times too. Because I know there are people that just can't stand some things about certain people or some growth or some, but if you know you're doing the right thing, just look inwards, develop yourself. Don't let anybody intimidate you. Are they intimidating you with bookery? Like I'll say, like our pigeon, feed up yourself with the right thing. If they're intimidating you with something you're passionate about, chase after it, go for it, chase it up, okay? Life is too short for you to just be angry, to be upset over certain things. Of course, there are more important things to deal with. So there are just some things we need to trash in the trash can of our hearts and move on. Well, I hope I've been able to indulge you and keep you happy with these thoughts. But trust me, I love doing this, and I just feel, it's a good way we come together and just communicate and share some ideas during this lockdown. And please, if you're not taking anything from today, take up the Food Fix by Dr. Mark Hyman. He's an American physician, and his studies have just shown the impact of food being the gravest challenges we are facing in the world. So how do you wish to fix this? Eat right. Feed right to your children. Don't think you're buying them fast food, you're giving them sugary food, you're just mixing what time and permits us, especially people that are in this environment. You're also busy, everybody's working. Yeah, but Juice Plus is here to the rescue, right? Like feeding the gummies to my daughter, she takes the fruit, the vegetable, and the berries. I'm playing my part in giving her good food. I'm also now rest assured that she's taking the otherwise portion of what I would not have been able to give to her daily from the fruit and vegetable blends. Even for myself, I'm staying healthy. If you have people depending on you, the best thing you can do for them is be healthy yourself and make them healthy. So please come on board with Juice Plus. You can always hit on my link. You can start with fine. Don't let cost be a factor. Our payment plans are very, very accommodating, and you could start with something that works for you. And if you say, some people will be like, oh, I don't swallow. You don't even, let's not even start there. In as much as we have the chewable, right? But when you start taking something and it's working for you, I mean, tell me, you won't need anybody to tell you to continue on that path, right? You'll always want to continue. So just stop coming with, oh, I don't swallow, oh, I don't this. We have chewables for adults as well if you want that part. Oh, I'm not consistent, I'm not going to stay on track. Don't bother yourself about that. When you start seeing changes in you, you're going to be your alarm clock and timer on how to follow up with your Juice Plus product. I have a friend yesterday from the States. She was just chatting. She was like, oh, Edith, I'm so interested in this Juice Plus thing. I've taken it before and it's awesome, I'm like, wow, that's good, So this thing is actually working. Juice Plus is working. It's not just Edith coming to sit down, and I'm having the confidence to come talk about it because it's working for me. It's working for my family. It's working for other people. So let's hear your success story too, okay? Hit my link. Get in touch with me if you want to inbox me or call me if you have my number. Call me on Facebook if you want. Hit my link. Get your product. If you have any questions, I appreciate people that come to me with questions. Please don't ever feel you're bothering me. I like that. It shows that, you're trying to shift from to be where I am. We are shifting from where I was before, thinking I was taking enough fruit and vegetables, to wanting to learn more. So people that actually tell me, excuse me, cost is a factor, it shows, they really appreciate the fact that they are not taking enough. So they are looking at what they need to do to be able to afford this, right? That is more appreciative than you say, oh, I'm taking enough. We are not taking enough. Come on. We are not. We are not. We are not. We are doing our best. We are doing our best. So Just Plus is here to help you. If you are thinking of coming on as a side income, I mean, you just need your phone, your internet access, and anywhere you are, you know, anywhere you are, you can be doing your business. Just share your product, share your site, order is placed, you're getting your commission and your bonuses, you're moving up, and you don't have anything to do with, oh, who is shipping it, who is doing. The company does all that for you. Remember, I love you guys so much. I hope you appreciate the time we come out to spend, and the things I say make sense to you. I really want you to come on board the Juice Plus plan. Support your health, support your family, support your wealth. If you want to come in as a franchise owner, just basically support yourself. Your health is going to be around for a long while. Some of those things that are taking your funds and distracting your finances, they are just fleeting things. And what more can you give to yourself and to your family? Good health. That is the best inheritance, right? Setting them on the right path. Okay? I want you to stay safe. I want you to stay well. Sanitize yourself, your body, your soul, and spirit, not just with sanitizer. Sanitize with the word of God and prayers, knowing that indeed these too shall pass. I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Please stay safe and well. And remember, I love you. Take care and God bless you. Bye bye.